The profit of the economy is back. After the end of work, Hydrogen Economy, the European Dream among many of his books, Jeremy Rifkin is now promoting a new revolution where the digital economy will reduce costs and make economies grow faster. We met him between his meetings in the European Parliament.
Jeremy Rifkin, you are back here in Europe with a new prophecy, but this time we could say that your vision of the world has already started and you want to push it further. Zero marginal cost society, first of all, is the heart of your vision of the world. What does it mean?
Well, it's the title of my new book. I don't think people should be frightened of it. It's pretty easy to understand. The zero marginal cost society. We now have 3 billion people connected on the communication internet. And at any given time, every one of them have been a prosumer. Not a seller and a buyer, not an owner or a worker, a prosumer. And that is, people have been producing and sharing their own music at near zero marginal cost on the World Wide Web, bypassing the music industry. They've been producing and sharing their own news blogs, social media, near zero marginal cost on the web, bypassing newspapers. YouTube videos, they're producing their own YouTube videos, bypassing television.
So the dynamic is still there. So now in these days you are meeting a lot of European leaders. So here in the Parliament, you met President Schulz in the Commission, the new Commission. So what are you asking to these European leaders to do to accelerate this process?
Well, what I'm saying now is that austerity, fiscal, market and labor reforms, fine, I'm for that. But if that's all we're doing, it isn't sufficient. Because what's happening is the second industrial revolution of the 20th century is now sunsetting. Every economic revolution brings together new communication technologies, new energies, and new forms of transport. We're living off a second industrial revolution, centralized communication grid, old energies, fossil fuel and nuclear power getting more expensive, and old transportation based on internal combustion engines, dumb roads. We can't get any more productivity out of that. We can't move the economy. We can't put the younger generation to work with this old second industrial revolution platform.
So you say internet as a crucial place.
In Germany, and as you know, I've advised Germany and the Chancellor since she came in, Germany's 27% solar and wind green electricity right now. They're beginning to set up an energy internet. They're transforming the electricity grid to a smart, digitalized energy internet so that millions of people can produce their own green electricity in their electricity cooperatives, and then they send it back to this digitalized energy internet and share the electricity across Germany and across Europe.
How can we guarantee the competition?
It means everyone connected to the internet, which is going to be the whole human race in about 10 years from now, can use all of that big data coming through to these 3 internets, and any one of us can be a prosumer and produce and share our own goods and services either at low marginal cost in the market or near zero marginal cost in this emerging sharing economy. Share our cars, share our apartments and homes, share our clothes and tools. That's already happening with the younger generation. But we have to address some pretty important issues here. We've got to make sure that this emerging Internet of Things, which we're all going to use, is network neutral and isn't taken over by a few companies and a few industries. We have to ensure data security, personal privacy. Our creative content has to be guaranteed, and we've got to prevent cyber terrorism.
You write this would mean the end of capitalism.
I don't say that, no. In the zero marginal cost society, in the book, I say capitalism is going to be transformed because the capitalist system is actually giving birth to a baby. The baby is called the sharing economy on the collaborative commons. It's a creation of the parent. So now capitalist companies are going to have to learn to live with this progeny, nurture it, let it breathe, let it grow. And over the next 25 years, we're going to have 2 economic systems flourishing side by side. The parent, capitalism, the progeny that's now matured. And we're already seeing this. Yeah. We have young people, part of their lives are in the property market, in the exchange economy. But we also have young people who are producing and sharing not only their own videos and their own news blogs, now their own renewable energy, their own 3D printed products. They're sharing their own cars with car sharing. They're sharing their homes and apartments on Airbnb. So there's a dual economy already emerging with the digital generation.
10 years ago, you wrote a book, The European Dream, where you wrote I have this book that Europe was set to overtake the United States in terms of growth of the economic model. 10 years after, we are here with this still economic crisis, and we are tremendously looking a way to go out from this crisis. So my question is, what didn't work?
I don't think it's what didn't work. Well, I'll tell you what really didn't work is that we got caught in the end stages of a second industrial revolution, where the prices of fossil fuels continue to go up, and at the same time the technologies that we use, like internal combustion engine and centralized electricity, have lost their productive capacity. So what we're seeing is an entire industrial revolution infrastructure where the technologies and the energies, communication, energy, and transport, have had their day. And so we are all finding ourselves uncomfortable in this interim between two industrial revolutions. What's happening though in Europe is leading a third industrial revolution. Communication internet, now joining with the renewable energy internet and an automated transport and logistic internet. The EU is moving toward an Internet of Things platform, and this is where the European dream moves to the next stage of its journey. The EU wants to talk about new investment in infrastructure, and the EU wants to talk about how do we integrate the single market. And a third thing the EU is talking about, how do we digitalize Europe? Now we can bring them all together. This can be done tomorrow morning with a new commission. It's a new era. This can be done.
Jeremy Rifkin, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.